Westcon representa a HIMA, e a HIMA é uma empresa de longa história. É uma empresa centenária. Ela, este ano, comemora 102 anos. Esta empresa não está no mercado há 102 anos de graça. Eles tiveram essa visão de futuro. O fundador e os que o sucederam tiveram essa visão. É essa visão que nós queremos discutir hoje aqui. Como é que uma empresa conseguiu olhar tão longe à frente e ser sempre líder no mercado? Porque eles sempre trouxeram inovações. Vários marcos na história da HIMA foram de primeiro sistema, primeiro isto, primeiro aquilo. Isso se conseguiu olhando para o futuro. Não foi de graça, não foi simplesmente fazendo o que dava para fazer, vamos dar um jeitinho. Não foi assim que eles chegaram nesse ponto. Nós estamos unidos à HIMA desde 98, e nós já temos uma considerável base instalada no Brasil. A Westcon representa a HIMA há 12 anos já. Então, também nós nos sentimos orgulhosos de fazer parte de um pedacinho dessa história dos quase 102 anos da HIMA. Um pedacinho nós participamos, e isso nos enche de orgulho. Hoje nós estamos na posição deste capitão aqui. É isso que vocês, ou pelo menos a minha visão do que vocês representam. O capitão está olhando à frente, olhando o inesperado que pode vir. Por isso o binóculo. Hoje nós estamos discutindo isso. O que fazer para detectar o inesperado, para proteger melhor? Ele está protegendo a carga, os passageiros, ele está protegendo o capital, que é o navio. Vocês fazem a mesma coisa nas suas empresas. É essa visão que nós temos que ter hoje, é isso que nós vamos trazer aqui para discutir com pessoas que têm esse tipo de vivência lá fora, em países onde a segurança não é opcional, é obrigatória na maioria deles. Então, hoje, nós vamos estar olhando o nosso futuro. Nós vamos olhar os próximos 20 anos que vêm por aí em questão de segurança. O que fazer para melhorar, o que nós podemos fazer de melhor para garantirmos para nós e para os nossos sucessores.
I thank you for coming to this, which is the first symposium of its kind here. It's one where we look not only at the safety-related topics today, but we also look into the future to try to share what we know, what we all know about process safety, and what we don't know in a spirit of openness. This is a meeting which is not about selling anything to anybody. It's about sharing what we all believe about the future of safety, coming as we do from many various backgrounds. We are going to be challenged into thinking about what needs to be done in the future and how we ourselves should operate the areas which we manage in a manner which is better, safer, and overall more responsible than has been done in the past. I'm sure that everyone here has a huge experience of the process industry. Many people here will, of course, have unique experiences and common experiences related to safety, with a deep knowledge of how to safely design and operate many different types of process equipment. Some of us are perhaps now more responsible for ordering safety systems. Some are perhaps concerned with training maintenance engineers and operators about safety. I am personally involved in advising one supplier called HIMA on marketing their services and products and systems around the world, most particularly in Latin America at the moment. This means I am part of the sales chain, and I'm working with the end users' engineering teams, the engineering and procurement contractors, which we call EPCs, some of whom are here, and the SIs, the systems integrators who build and deliver complete safety systems. So there's an extensive chain of associations, consultants, designers, manufacturers, and constructors who are vital to the end users. This chain is needed since it is the end users who have the ultimate responsibility of managing and protecting incredibly dangerous process plants. But in general, they can't do it all themselves. There must be an integrated approach, that I believe, to managing process equipment, which of course has the potential not only to kill and maim many people, but as we have seen in the Gulf of Mexico, can have unbelievably far-reaching effects. Effects not only on jobs and careers, wildlife and ecology, but we've seen in the last 2 months how the entire community can be devastated by the failure to design and implement proper safety systems and maintain them properly at the right time. It's inevitable that today there will be many references to BP and to Deepwater Horizon rig, which has caused so much attention in recent weeks. But if I may, I would like to mention just one consequence of what has happened, which I feel is important to everybody. It may not be too publicized in the region here, but as you maybe know, BP is a publicly quoted company. It's a public company on the London Stock Exchange, and it's a major contributor to pensions paid to millions of retirees in the UK and elsewhere, in the United States in particular. More than $1 in every $7 of pension money is paid to retired people, and that is coming from the profits of BP. So the fact that BP is having its troubles is affecting millions of people. Everybody is concerned about this. This payment may now be postponed because of the accident. Those kinds of considerations make this meeting a very appropriate meeting, and I'm very, very grateful to so many of you that you have come to listen to this. Later, perhaps, other speakers will present more detail, technical and commercial, about the incident, which is so fresh in our minds. Accidents, whether great or small, are just that, accidents. It is a simple but huge truth that no one ever wants or meant an accident to happen. Of course not. Many people are paid quite well to try to design improvements and features into process plants and their associated safety system. Yet accidents do happen, and we learn time and time again that something was not thought about or something failed that was not diagnosed properly, or that human intervention took place which, in the light of hindsight, clearly contributed to the loss of plant or property or life. So no one ever expects an accident to happen. If a user says they will conform to IEC 61511 and use equipment designed to IEC 61508 standards without actually understanding what these claims in fact mean, it is of little or no use to secure increased safety, since these documents are the easy bit. It's changing the culture and the overall approach to safety which will make a difference in the years ahead. I hope that in future that managers, who are ultimately the ones who will be made accountable for any avoidable accident, will both be encouraged and will themselves be enthusiastic to learn what their responsibilities actually are. Of course, many managers are well-trained and knowledgeable, but many are not. And some of these are making decisions about safety, which one day could bring about wholly avoidable incidents. I hope that these same managers will listen to those of us in the industry who see how often operators and maintenance engineers are not given the training that they need in order to play their part in a process that needs everyone to ensure complete safety. Despite all the good reasons to the contrary, I believe that in the future there will be more and more temptation to cut corners, to save money. We can today all see that in general this is an unacceptably risky thing to do, unless the process analysis has been formally executed and there is a supportable paper trail which shows that the right decisions have been made. However, whilst we can all nod today and agree with this, we must face the fact that economics will dominate the procurement decisions. The laws of several countries in Latin America and other regions dictate that end users are not required to buy the best, but they are required to buy the cheapest. I sincerely hope that in the future, whilst it will take time and tragically many more people will have to die and be injured unnecessarily, end users will not look to capital expenditure, to save capital expenditure money on buying a safety system, if by doing this the money is saved by choosing a compromise rather than by following best practice. So I hope that the end users who a few years ago might have bought untested, non-safe PLCs to control their safety systems will simply not take the chance in future. The way to ensure that is to see to it that even the most senior managers get safety training and are exposed to best practice. However, that is much easier said than done, and the supply industry has a great responsibility to assist here.